Welcome to BattleTech in the Morning with Captain Nips. I'm Captain Nips, and it is currently morning sometime out in the Pacific. But I will not be deterred, because there are stompy bots to be controlled into battle and explosions to be had. Speaking of explosions, we're going to cause some today, because today is another spotlight on a variant of a mech that we may very well see come campaign time. In today's spotlight on a chassis, we're going to look at the Centurion, and specifically I want to look at the Centurion AH. We do not have the AH in the current roster. We have the A and the AL. The A, just to refresh everyone's memories, is the autocannon variant. Autocannon 10 in the right arm, medium lasers in the center torso, LRM 10 in the left torso. The AL drops the autocannon for a large laser and a small laser, and some other stuff. Heat sinks, I guess. Sure, let's go with that. Heat sinks. The AH is a minor modification of the A, which drops the medium lasers and replaces the autocannon 10 with an autocannon 20. So, what does this do to the overall profile of the mech? For one thing, it doesn't change its speed. It doesn't change its armor level. It is as durable as the A or the AL. But it replaces the AC-10 and the two mediums with the AC-20, which means the weapons fire from the AH is going to be much more focused on single panels when it makes attacks. It's going to have higher punch-through value and less crit-seeking value as compared to the A or even the AL. It is approximately the same cost as the A, so I didn't bother to try and fix any of that. As mentioned previously, I don't know that these costs are right because they're certainly not canonical. The thing that makes the AH interesting as compared to the A comes from other games. Specifically, I'm thinking about MechWarrior Online, where you can mount a single AC-20 in the right arm of the AH. And in a first-person shooter environment, that is a very dangerous loadout because you can place your shots. You can put that 20 caliber round into the vital areas of the enemy mechs. You know, aim for center of mass if you're trying to core something out, or if you see a weakened panel, you can aim for the weakened panel. The problem with the AH here is going to be if that AC-20 round misses, or if that AC-20 round hits a panel we don't care about, you're doing the damage, and maybe through overwhelming amounts of damage you get somewhere, but there may be times where you line up a shot and you hit a leg, that's completely fresh, or something along those lines. It is worth comparing the AH to another very similar mech in this weight class that we have right now, and that is the Hunchback. The Hunchback 4G, at about the same price, gets you the same autocannon 20, still has two rounds, two ammo bins, but also has medium laser backup in the right arm, the left arm, and then where is the other one? Right arm, left arm, and then it's got the small laser in the head. The Centurion AH doesn't have laser backup. It has an LRM. So it is completely dependent on ammunition, which could be a problem in protracted fights. However, we have melee in this game, which means if you run out of ammo, you can kind of just walk up to things and smack them in the face. So the downside of missing the medium lasers is a little bit mitigated by having melee available to us. The other thing that's worth comparing against the 4G Hunchback is that the 4G Hunchback is more armored than the Centurion AH. The Hunchback 4G has about 95% armor coverage. The Centurion AH has about 80% coverage. It gives up most of that armor coverage on the legs and on the torsos. The arms are fully armored, but it's that middle part that they strip some armor for. So I'm going to roll 4 of these AHs out today. Piloted them up. And I'm going to put them up against a pair of A's, Centurion A's with the autocannon 10, and a pair of Hunchbacks 4Gs with the autocannon 20. Because I think it's fair to compare and contrast against the base model of the Centurion and also the other medium at the same weight bracket and size that is comparable. I'm going to keep the pilots identical in this case. Everybody's going to come out shooting here. We've got all the good firing pilots. Gunnery. It's all gunnery all the time this game. And we're just going to get into this. I'm going to throw us out. It is worth actually looking at a bit of a heat scale issue, because whereas the Hunchback with its loadout can tend to run a little hot because of the extra lasers, I'm curious to see if the extra couple of heat sinks on the AH is enough to kind of offset that and the lack of lasers. Also, we've got the LRM thing going for us, so maybe we get some early hits in. We're just going to see how this all settles out. And we're going to go with Sunset Desert because Windy Day is kind of hard on the eyes. Let's get started.
Commencing deployment. Mech warriors, prepare for combat.
Fans of the Centurion AH will probably know it more readily from MechWarrior Online as the Yenlo Wang. The Yenlo Wang is a hero variant, or basically a custom version of the Centurion that is very identically equipped to the AH. It has the autocannon 20 in the arm. And longtime MechWarrior Online players will remember
Command interface initiated.
the AH was introduced to the game and then removed to give us the Yenlo Wang as a hero mech. And then eventually the AH was added back in after sales of that dropped off. So, let's go shoot some things, shall we? Not going to be super concerned with, like, map position. I'm just going to do, what's smart. I'm going to kind of head down into the brawl, and I'm going to try and take advantage of whatever cover I can, because, again, these Centurions default Centurions are not as fully armored as they could be, so I do need to protect myself a little bit. There is one other thing I want to mention about the AH versus the Hunchback that is worth pointing out. The Hunchback has that problem that I've shown it a few times, where the autocannon is in one torso, but the ammunition is in the other, and that makes the Hunchback vulnerable from either side. These Centurions are built with the autocannon in the right arm, and the ammo is actually in the right torso, so it is side adjacent, which means I can use the left side of the Centurion to protect the autocannon. Now the problem here is that we have Lustel at LRM-10, and we have its ammunition, and critical hits happen. So we can dead side to a point, and later on, once we're at the end of this, I'll explain some tweaks to the Centurion line that would be worth your consideration come campaign time. I'm just going to move everybody into the trees here.
Awaiting orders. On the move.
And yeah, we'll just back everybody in there. Pack into cover for now. Probably could have run Paradise up a little bit further. In fact, I might just do that this turn. Since everything is a medium and it's you go, I go, it may be worth my while to take a turn, run Paradise forward with his evasion, and then fling some missiles at a target. Let's see if he can actually get close enough for it to matter. Nope. Anybody else? Well, I can run Wildfire out there at 4 movement modifier dots, chevrons, pips, whatever you would like to call them. I don't feel comfortable with that. So what I'm going to do is the thing that is the only prudent thing. I'm going to reserve my whole team and make them come to me.
An intelligent man understands the need for patience.
See, Paradise knows what's up. He knows that sometimes you don't just rush out. Sometimes you have to let them come to you. As the enemy team shows a complete disregard for local infrastructure. I think Paradise might be able to get me a line on the guy on the rocks there. Let's find out. Oh, we get all kinds of lines here. Cool. So I want to try and minimize the angles that he's going to get plowed from, because everybody's going to probably want to shoot at him. I think I want to take this line here. Well, this might end up with obstructions to at least this guy. I'm going to head off this way. I'm going to front side toward the right flank here, and I'm going to try and give my left to anything that moves up over here. Again, try and protect the autocannon 20. We only have 2 ammo bins, which means we only have 10 rounds of autocannon 20 ammo, which should be enough for this scale of engagement, but for other scales might be problematic. Strangely enough, this guy isn't quite far enough away to not get plowed by my autocannon, so we're going to take that shot. 65 is not great. We're starting to get at the outer edge of effective or optimal. Thing is, 2/3 chance to hit on a 100 damage attack, even though this guy is braced. I like that. We take that. And the autocannon goes wide. Not super surprised. We're going to just do some chip damage to this guy to begin with. I think for... let's see. I can get him... I can't get him with the autocannon. Nope, let's back up. If I move here, is the autocannon range? Nope. I don't really want to move up quite yet. So, we're just going to let Kraken hunker down and fling the missiles. Sandpaper this guy pretty good. Apex, your turn. Get the sandpapering in. Precision strike ignores guarded. How often are you going to see that with an LRM launcher? The answer is not very often. Alright, so as the bait has been set and taken, first hunchback, well, maybe. That could have been a Centurion. It's hard to tell, huh?
I'm receiving you. Commander?
It is worth seeing if I can get... Yeah, here we go. Move up to this suspiciously labeled spot on the map that is supposedly in forest cover, which I will absolutely take to move up, because I'm going to breaching shot my way to victory here and ignore that guy's braced condition. Right to the left torso. Deep cut. 15 damage left on its left torso. Surprised, almost surprised I didn't get a crit in there. But that's fine. We'll follow that up. Look at him smoking. Look at him smoking. Smoking and sparking and running away. Alright, so Paradise is still... He's not in the worst position. He's kind of just hanging out. This guy's now giving up his right side to me. Move here. Oof, we got the mineral field thing going on here too. That doesn't help. Also, a full sprint, lots of movement, pips to chew through. So, I think we will simply stand in place. We'll turn the arc a little bit, make sure we can get everybody's visibility.
Move order received. And
we are going to fling missiles at the most readily
engaging target.
Hit target. Whoop! Oh, hey, that one went right over my friendly. And I just blew up a bunch of buildings. that was I would just like to point out, that was the best missile flight path I've seen in this game yet. And once the camera comes back, I will point this out. The missiles were directly firing from Wildfire to the Hunchback here, through the path traced intersecting Paradise. One of the missiles decided to fly straight and then up and over Paradise before settling back on its line and hitting the Hunchback. That is the best, dumbest thing. All right, let's keep up this. Let's keep this pressure up. I'm gonna move Move to here with Kraken. Paradise continues to not really be a target. These guys, I feel like I'm spooking them out of positions, which is strange. 30%, 25%. I've got the right side of this hunchback, which is the cannon side, so I'll continue to chip away at that with a missile. A single missile. Not entirely sure what's going on at the back of their line, because these two guys decided not to move up. These guys decided... I'm actually not sure what this whole team is doing. This side decided to not move up, fire a single medium laser each. These guys decided to just sprint forward like they're on fire or something. So, I think what we do here is we try to take advantage of Paradise's evasive move as best we can. And I'm going to get a rear line on this guy or this guy. I think I need to try and take the shot at the hunchback that's further away, just because it's going to be more likely to hit. I don't like this position because it's giving up my rear to these two over here. If they really want it, all they have to do is... Yeah, they don't have to go very far. They just need to push out. The bonus to that is if they do decide to push out, that's going to make them vulnerable to this trio here. So, I'm sorry, Paradise. I'm kind of baiting you here, and it's not the best. Whoa, explosions! And he misses with the autocannon. And he misses with pretty much all of the missiles as well. That's... I guess we shouldn't be too surprised. Alright, does it try to take advantage of Paradise's position? Yes, but it hits the left side and misses with its own autocannon. So far, a whole lot of nothing in this match.
I'm here.
One autocannon salvo has managed to find its target so far out of a lot of shots. This guy has moved up. What's his deal? He's in the mineral field. +4 to hit. Which isn't going to help. But he's got no other cover and he's got no brace. Is it worth moving my position? I can hit him from here. Is it worth moving my position is the question. I can get 2 movement pips here if I move. Ooh, baby. Okay. Teams are split. And conventional wisdom would be to continue to work the same targets you've been working on. But I can get a 3/4% shot with my autocannon on this Centurion here. I think I don't see a reason to not take this.
Confirmed.
I'm going to move up. The other thing is that from my position currently, I can move 3/4 of my team up into these two. These two are a little bit out of position for now. So I'm going to take this shot over here. Heat really hasn't been an issue so far, so we like that. Autocannon to the right arm, we like that. 12 structure left on the right arm. Doesn't quite take it off. Oh, as I take an autocannon round to the right torso. But his are small autocannons and mine are big. I think we want to move Paradise now because he's in a bad spot. Question is, can he get to a better one? This isn't the worst. This isn't the worst. Take this. If this last guy decides to move down this way, that's just going to be painful for him. And Paradise gets a real sweet shot from the right side at not the greatest 2-hit percentages. Target is still in the mineral field.
Unloading a full salvo.
Ooh, that's a leg. Yep, deep cut to the leg, 40 structure left in it. Meanwhile, this 4G is going to do some ugly on somebody. Oh, wildfire. But shoots wide. I wonder if that was Paradise. Paradise is in one of the 2 hunchbacks on their side. Okay. What I got going on here? It's got one left to move. It's this guy over here. I've got my two guys in the back. I'm sorry. Gentleman and lady. Let's be clear.
Standing by.
Specificity is important. Can Kraken get a line on this guy? He can. It's a coin flip.
Position confirmed.
Coin flips aren't great. But if we peg that torso... Oh boy. If we peg that torso...
Confirmed.
Oh! Autocannon shot wide. Get a little bit of stability damage there with the LRMs. Let's see what Apex has to say with her hunchback. Into the left side of Wildfire's Centurion. Takes the
Internal structure damage.
LRM side off. I think it's... Ooh, actually, you know what? I think that's Paradise there, which means... Man, it's hard to keep them straight. That's all I'm saying. Apex, do me a solid. Do I want to move up to make this happen? She's at 45 otherwise. What else can we get? In the cover. Got 55 over there. Really? 65 over? No. This. Here. Attack. Can't see her. I'd have to move. 45. 40. 40. Alright. This is going to turn into a real ugly, like, no cover, all the body parts flying brawl. I can feel it. So... Also, being split left to right is not helping. I'm going to push Apex left. And I think I could try and take this guy since he's... things are all over the place. This is a scrum of the highest order. If I go here, it puts me in a real unpleasant spot with regard to this hunchback, but probably protect my back at the very least with
Move order confirmed.
the big old plateau behind me. And I can keep trying to work this guy here. LRMs start to drop off, but we don't care because that was a great center of mass autocannon round. Getting the work done. Freaking that pilot out. Autocannon shot goes wide. I catch a laser to the chest. Not the worst. Not the worst. So, Paradise has them kind of pulled to one side. Also, Wildfire has them pulled to one side. So let's crash this side down. I'm gonna be giving up my right arm to the two over here, but that's fine. I'm okay with that at the moment. 85% to hit. Center of mass is a kill shot.
Fire in.
Nope, that's an arm. But, yeah, not much of a butt there. I was hoping for better. Paradise out on a limb here. Oh, that's going to go to the leg. Oh, that's a lot to the leg. Paradise gets hung out to dry without a leg now. That's not ideal.
Ready for
I
orders.
think I may have to give him up for now unless I can somehow bait the AI into shooting another target, but it's not going to. It's really not going to. This guy, if the AI has any brains at all, and we've shown time and again it can make smart moves when it needs to, this hunchback is going to plow Paradise. I need to make sure that his loss, his inevitable loss, is not in vain. So, I think we plow the weak Centurion on my left first. Try and seal the deal here. 62 structure, center torso. I really need the autocannon to hit.
Confirmed.
That's a leg. And we get a couple of missiles into the center torso. And we open up that leg, but that's... Well... We might get where there with that. What's this guy do? Spreading its shots. Although, a lot of leg shots this round. Man,
Internals are taking a beating.
no kidding. Alright,
Standing by.
Apex. You have the golden opportunity here if you would be so kind as to ruin this person's day. And there you go. Alright, so we go up 1-0. Paradise might get a chance to stand up and do something useful yet. Oh no! Oh yes! I didn't think he'd be able to climb up that side of the mountain like that. That guy needs to get turned into a grease stain immediately. Okay. Stand up. Get that Centurion moving.
Here we go.
Fury is only at 65. This guy's pretty beat up. And I might be able to take a leg of my own if I get a good move here. We'll do this. And let's back this up. Let's back this up. So Hunchback's over there. Hunchback here. The only one I have to worry about getting behind me is this guy probably. So I want to position in a way that makes him have to go the long way as best we can.
Certainly.
As we hobble along on our broken leg. 2040. Ugh. Boy, those numbers are bad. You know what? Sometimes you get a lucky shot. Let's make it happen. Oh, drill the leg with the autocannon. That sucker's going off. This guy's going down. 31 structure left on the side. Paradise might just seal the deal on this Centurion by himself. Depends on what this Hunchback decides to do. This Hunchback has decided that Paradise is not the problem. Or has it? Nope. It has a hard-on for Kraken, and there goes another leg. Legs going everywhere. Legs for the leg throne. My lord, what a disaster this is turning into for the technicians that are going to have to repair these mechs. Man, oh man. Alright. We got some threats. This Hunchback's fresh. As is that Hunchback. It is probably worth my time
I'm here.
to get to some cover. This is not great. This is especially not great because this Hunchback might be able to get behind me. But it gets Wildfire back to cover. Hugging these trees like they're going out of business.
Engaging target.
Let's get the damage party started. Ooh, center of mass. Okay. Hunchback can take that though. Question is, what is this guy gonna do? He's running. Is he gonna turn back around? Nope. Sprinted off. I suspect.
Aye, aye.
I suspect that heat is an issue for that mech at the moment. So we're gonna take this opportunity
Moving out.
to clear that corner and continue the outstanding work that Wildfire has started on this Hunchback here. That's going to be an arm. Oh, it's going to be a torso. It's a little hard to tell sometimes when you hit from the sides if it's going to affect the torso panel or the arm.
Awaiting orders.
Paradise now in a prime position to put the hurt on. Heat isn't actually, I think, a factor here. Ooh, boy. We got some options here. Okay, so he's only 55% to hit. Center mass is 21% likely. Right torso is 12% likely. I think you still shoot for the right torso because the autocannon is the dangerous thing on that mech. We hit the arm instead, but that gets the job done. It takes away the big gun on that Centurion. So now it's down to melee and melee missiles and the paralasers in center torso, which it is going to immediately use on my downed mech. Jerk. Come on, Kraken.
Armor breach. Internal damage.
Listen, I can see your paper doll. I know you've got internal damage. Let's fix that.
Standing by.
Stand up. Missing a leg. Missing a leg is real bad right now because I've got that guy over here and this guy right here. I can't. Can I back up? I do have reverse. I don't have enough movement to make it worthwhile. I don't have enough movement to make any of this worthwhile. Alright, fine. We will simply turn and do my best. I want to turn just enough, get things in line of sight, give up my left side to this guy whenever it comes back, and I'm going to work this hunchback in front of me. That's going to be an arm, which should take the arm and torso. Yeah, there we go. Arm and torso means no autocannon for that hunchback anymore, and it is down to 50 structure center torso, so it's 1 kill shot away from biting it. Speaking of kill shots, Paradise is holding tough.
Barely hit me.
Speaking of kill shots, let's just take a quick look here. Tactics 4, Tactics 5, Tactics 4. Kraken is actually my best bet here.
Waiting for orders.
So we're going to make him do some work. I'm also going to have him back up just a smidgen. Just a smidgen.
Confirmed.
Make it real hard for that 4th mech off on my left flank to actually do something productive. And we are going to plow this guy.
Confirmed.
And there you go.
Tango down.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Kraken. Alright. Squatty number 4 over here has decided that he wants to rejoin the fight. But not quite. Right. Let's just
I'm receiving
nope,
you.
nope, nope. Here we go. We want all of this action over here. Because what we are going to do is we're going to take Paradise in his gimpy leg. We can actually get behind the enemy Centurion. Has 30 armor on his panels, 35 in the center. It actually doesn't behoove us to do that because without the right arm and the right leg, anything from the right side is likely to hit and transfer to the right torso. With 15 structure left, most of this is going to blow through into the center torso. So, what we want to do is pick a spot best we can that leverages all of our guns. Game is giving me conniption fits over where to stand. 55-30 is as good as it's going to get. I don't know if getting closer is going to help. Nope. So we're going to try and keep our spacing. Maybe this guy, if I don't kill him now, maybe this guy kind of wanders off a little bit and gives me some more space for my LRMs. That is, if he survives this. We're going to go into overheat because you know what? Paradise, aside from the broken leg, is in real good shape. We can take a little bit of internal damage. That's going to arm to torso to center torso and 61 left. It's all good. That's a good, solid hit. And actually, at this point, interestingly, oh, she's missing her LRM. All right, we'll skip Wildfire for now. Got Apex. We can get, yeah, that's not bad. 70%
On my way.
LRM line from the trees back here to the Centurion in the distance, where front side, you're hoping center of mass and precision strike. Oh ho ho! Oh boy!
Target's taking a critical hit.
That was ugly. That was concussive even.
I'm here.
Alright, so Wildfire, actually, you know what? You know what? These guys are doing such a good job for us.
Acknowledge.
This is worse than a coin flip, but you know what? My instructions to my mech warriors are never come home with leftovers in the ammo bins.
Confirmed.
Oh, that's a kill shot. Yup. From downtown, Wildfire taking the Centurion out of the picture, and it is 4-on-1. This guy has decided to finally rejoin the fight. And taking on Kraken's left side, that's going to blow it. Or not. No. Okay. So now at this point, I think I'm just trying to look for salvageable opportunities here. Try to keep my mechs intact as best I can, while putting pressure on this last hunchback.
Yes, Commander.
Paradise is going to gimp his way to the opening between the rocks here. Take his LRM fire.
Target is confirmed.
Sneak a little bit through.
I'm receiving you.
Commander.
Can we reverse? Yes! We can reverse into the it's kind of like a tree but not spot. Perfect.
I copy.
We're going to throw that bad boy in reverse. We're going to line up this shot. Takes us out of the autocannon range, but that's cool.
Attacking from position.
It will give us a turn to clear the refire penalty while we do some stability and chip damage to this last hunchback. Wildfire, it would be grand if you found a spot. You know what? Just find a spot. Find a spot, hunker down. I don't even, you know what? Just sprint. It's all good. Oh, you really don't have much of a sprint right now. Here we go. Want to clean up the firing arc here.
Awaiting orders.
Apex is in really, really good shape. So I think we take a look. All right, Kraken's beat up. Wildfire is beat up in the sense she's missing her left side, so she's actually not too bad off. But Apex has more armor remaining in total, so we're going to use her to tank. Can I get more than one pip of movement anywhere? I can get 2 from here. And 95% to hit. Oh. Oh.
Into position.
Oh, I don't know that you don't take that. I think you take that every time. Because this guy's got no movement modifiers. He's not braced. Whew, this should hurt.
Firing all weapons.
That's a leg. As we spray missiles down. 40 structure left in the left leg. Conveniently placed left leg, which is the open side toward Paradise off in the distance. As it goes high, looking for Kraken. Looking for... Oof. That's going to be an expensive repair.
Internal damage.
On the plus side, he blew off the arm, which means we can probably get that autocannon back. Alright.
Standing by.
Paradise, do me a favor and continue to crawl forward. Can you get your autocannon on him?
I
Yes.
understand.
And I think this actually might be a good opportunity to focus because his numbers are never going to be great.
Ah, you people don't know who you're dealing with.
And this gets both the guns to murdering percentages. We like
Yes,
that.
Commander.
Oh, that leg is so boned. Yep. That leg is done. Capital D. That side torso's got 32 structure left. And this mech has 3 Centurions worth of fire coming at it next.
Yes, Commander.
If this match isn't done in this round, I will be shocked. Alright, let's get this done. Have Apex move to the side. I'm not actually sure. I'm curious how the game figures out front versus side when the thing is laying down. It makes it look like it's all front, but we're going to aim at that juicy left torso.
Firing a full salvo.
Yep. Takes off the left torso. Crits a medium laser. Actually, the medium laser is in the arm. Removes it.
Waiting for orders.
Kraken's missing his autocannon, which means we want to put more distance between us and the target as best we can. But he's also missing a leg, so we can't really move that much. Why don't we just stand here, and we'll take our 50-50.
Roger.
Get a little chip damage in.
I'm here.
Wildfires is where it's going to be, because if we can get this called shot off... 95%.
All right.
Very likely going to get this called shot off. Center mass. 67% chance to hit.
Acknowledged.
That's going to be a left side, which is going to transfer.
Objective complete.
Blow out the Hunchback. Take it home. The quartet of Centurion AHs getting the work done in a match that can only be described by the completely ridiculous number of leg shots. My God. I don't know how many legs were broken and or shot at in that game, but it was more than I could count. So what have we learned from this? The AH, if it is available to us come campaign time, is a worthwhile option to the Hunchback 4G with a couple of notes. It trades short-range firepower with the lasers for long-range potential with the LRMs. Depending on the combats you're getting into, could be more useful or could be less useful. I could very easily see a like duo or triplet Centurion AH team with a spotter, and then you bring those LRMs to bear early until you get close when the autocannons take over the work. That would be great. A little bit more fragile than the Hunchback, so if raw brawling potential is what you want, I think you still want the Hunchback 4G. Especially if it is the case where you want the autocannon 20s. When we get the mech lab, I will make this note. When we get the mech lab, and assuming that we'll be able to make the kinds of changes we would like to our mechs down the road, I think a good place to start if you want a build like the AH would be to start with the A variant, which is the LRM in the left torso, the two mediums in the center, and the autocannon 10 in the right arm in the mech lab. Strip out the LRM, and this is I will cop to this being a brawler build. So if you're looking for something that's not a brawler build, maybe the AH is not a, like the AH itself would be a good place to start. But if you're looking for something more brawly that is still a Centurion, I think what you do is you take the A variant, you take the LRM out of that left torso. Make that entire left torso a dead side torso. We use it in MechWare Online. It's great. Basically, you can give up your left side whenever you need to. Damage goes there. It's just nothing. Hits get soaked. You lose it eventually, but you've basically lost nothing by losing that torso. You replace the autocannon 10 in the A with the autocannon 20, like the AH, and you keep the medium lasers. And then you spend the extra weight on extra armor to up armor the Centurion to as close to full as you can get. That gives you a superb brawling machine with great punch potential in the autocannon 20 that is protecting it by keeping it all on the right side, ammo and gun, while also leaving you the two backup lasers in the center torso in case you lose that side. Or if you get to a very protracted fight, you've given up your left side, you're running out of ammo, you purposely give up that right side, and then you're trying to preserve your center torso with the two lasers to get you through to the end. And then, like I said, you take the excess mass, up armor that sucker. You can bring the Centurion probably very close to where the Hunchback is at, and go from there. Centurions are a wonderful, durable platform for medium mech, and I cannot recommend them more highly. Also, I love the art. I just love the art of the Centurion. It's great. I love the modernized improvements to the art that have been made with making the left arm very much look like a shield arm. It's fantastic. Centurion AH is hard to go wrong with autocannon 20s. The enemy force felt the brunt of that. Wildfire's Centurion got cored out pretty hard. Kraken's got messed up serious. This Hunchback, actually both Hunchbacks got plowed from the left, interestingly enough, which preserves our wonderful autocannon salvage. 11 rounds, 33 minutes and 31 seconds today in our fight on Death Valley with the Centurion AH. But that'll be all for today's BattleTech in the morning, whenever you find yourself in the morning. I am scouring the lore so you don't have to. Your buddy in the corner, Captain Nips. Wishing you a wonderful day, a wonderful afternoon and evening. and I will see all of you in the next video.